Bonjour à toutes et à tous et bienvenue dans You Speak Français. Welcome back for another Grammar Monday. I'm very happy to see you here again. Today I wanted to discuss a few expressions, so a few prepositions that we use in French to express time or the perception of time. So let's dig right into it. First off, we have the expression depuis, the preposition depuis. Depuis and or depuis que. So it is used to express a continuity of an action. So it's an action that started in the past and that keep being active in the present time. So it's often used with the present tense, right? Often. And then you can have depuis followed by que, which in that case indicate the start of an action, right? That is still active or still ongoing as in the present time. So here you have two examples. Example 1, je vis à Paris depuis 3 ans. So I live in Paris since 3 years. So 3 years ago I moved to Paris. Now I'm still living in. Okay, so that's why you have to use present tense because you're still living in Paris, right? The second example, depuis que tu es parti, je vis seul. In that case, depuis que tu es parti indicate the beginning of the action. So since you left, in that case you can use past because the action started in the past, but the fact that je vis seul, which means I live alone, is still in the present, still remains in present tense, right? So that is number one expression, depuis, which means which translates to since, right? You have to be careful because most of my students, they always translate I've lived in Paris for 3 years. They will translate it as depuis, which is different. Since is really the beginning and still active now, okay? Second expression, we have dès que. Dès que, or just dès, in different sentences, different context, indicate that an action is happening before another action. So, une action qui se passe juste avant une autre action, okay? When you use it with dès que, it gives the sense of urgency, so it has to be now, you know? Tout de suite, now. Sans attendre, without waiting, sans délai, without any delay, okay? So that's the feeling that dès que gives. Example. First, context. Dès la fin du concert, il se dépêche de rentrer chez lui. As soon as, it has the feeling of as soon as the concert ended, is hurrying to go back home. So, first action, end of the concert. Second action is hurrying to go home, okay? In the second context, gives the idea of something that has to happen now without waiting. Second example here, dès que je t'ai vu, j'ai su que tu étais la bonne personne. D'accord? So that is the second example. As soon as I saw you, I knew that you were the right person. Third expression that you can use, pendant. Pendant means during, okay? Context number 1 in which you can use pendant. So it's an action that is continuing, that is repeated or not, okay? So it's expressing the global duration of an action. Example, j'ai vécu à Paris pendant 3 ans. I lived in Paris for 3 years or during 3 years, okay? Therefore, you don't live anymore, because if you lived anymore in Paris, you would have to use depuis. But now you don't live anymore, you lived in the past, so you have to use pendant. Second example, j'irai en France pendant les vacances scolaires. I will go to France during the summer vacation, the school vacation, right? So it's showing the global duration of the school vacation and then your action. So that you can use it with past or you can use it with future, doesn't matter, right? So that's context number 1. Context number 2. It's for simultaneous action. Sorry for my pronunciation. Simultaneous action. Example. Je dormais pendant que tu travaillais, which means I was sleeping while you were working. So in that case, you would have to use more the translation as while. Okay? Second example, pendant que je suis en vacances, peux-tu t'occuper de mon chat? While I'm on vacation, can you take care of my cat? So again, we have pendant, which is duration, global duration of an action that will happen in the future or happen in the past, right? Expressing the global duration. And the second pendant que is more for simultaneous action. Okay. Number 4, we have dans. Dans expresses the time that has to go through, that has to happen before the action actually happen. Let me give you an example so it's clearer. Je reviens dans 5 minutes. I will be back in 5 minutes. So we need the time of 5 minutes before the actual action of you coming back happen. That's the sense. So you can see other example here. Nous allons déménager dans 3 semaines. We will move in 3 weeks. So from now to 3 weeks, we will move house or country or whatever. Okay, so that's the duration between now and the moment the action will happen. Okay, last example. Je partirai en vacances dans 1 semaine. I will go on vacation in 1 week. Okay. 5th example, we have pour. Pour, which express the duration of an action, the planned duration of an action. A little side note, pour can have multiple meaning. Here, as I'm only talking about time-related expression, I'm talking about pour in a sense of time, okay? Not in the sense of causes or objective of an action, really just in a sense of time, okay? So pour can sometimes be used to express time, which is expressing the duration, the planned duration of an action, okay? J'ai des médicaments à prendre pour 3 semaines, which means I have medication to take for 3 weeks, right? You could also say, you could replace pour sometime for pendant, okay? You could say j'ai des médicaments à prendre pendant 3 semaines. It's possible. You could say that, right? But pour is more like plan, whereas pendant is more fixed time, we know, okay? So there's a difference between potential time duration and actual time duration. That's the difference between pour and pendant. A second example is je partirai en vacances pour 1 semaine, okay? I will go on vacation for 1 week. So during 1 week too. To not mistake with this one, je partirai en vacances dans 1 semaine, which is I will go on vacation in 1 week from now, okay? But we don't know how long you'll go on vacation. Whereas, je partirai en vacances pour 1 semaine, we know you'll go on vacation during 1 week, but we don't know when you're gonna go on vacation. That's the difference. Number 6, en. Again, en here, preposition in relation to time, okay? So it's not related to any type of context, because en can be used also in different contexts. Here I'm only talking about time related, okay? So en express the duration that is needed to realize an action, okay? So the action is not interrupted. It's a limited time that you have to respect in order for the action to be fulfilled, okay? That's number 1. Second, it can also express the beginning time, year, month, or day of a precise action, okay? Date in that case. Example. Il fait le ménage en 30 minutes. Means he's doing the house chore, the house cleaning. I never know how to pronounce this core word. Anyhow, he's doing the house cleaning, faire le ménage, cleaning the house, in 30 minutes. So he needs 30 minutes to realize the action, right? It doesn't give value to the fact that it's good or it's not good, right? Then you will see that based on context and tone of the person speaking. But he is just saying, in 30 minutes, is doing the house cleaning. Nous ferons les réparations en 5 jours. We will do the repair of house, car, whatever, en 5 jours. So it will take us 5 days to do the repair. So you can translate that also as we will do the repair within 5 days. That's the meaning, okay? In the second context, en été, so it means a precise time during summer. En été, during summer, nous allons souvent à la plage, which you, as I said, translation, you could also say pendant l'été. In that type of context, you could also say, because l'été is not a precise date, it's more like a duration time. You know, été, summer is from June to mid-September, so, you know, you have all of that time. It's not a precise time. Whereas if you have a specific year, month, date, you can only use en. Example, en 1998, la France a gagné la Coupe du Monde de football. So we know it's the precise time, it's the precise year. So in 1998, France won the World Cup, the soccer World Cup, okay? So this is en. Number 7, last preposition that you can use for expressing time is par. Par in that case is more expressing the frequency of an action. So how much you repeat this action within a time frame. Example, je fais du sport 3 fois par semaine. So I do sport 3 times a week. Okay? Elle va en vacances 2 fois par année. She goes on vacation 2 times a year. So that's the frequency of an action. That's context. All right? So just to summarize, a few of those prepositions that we can use to express time. We have depuis, which express the continuity of an action. Okay? We have dès or dès que, that indicate that an action has just has to happen before another action. Right? Number 2. Number 3, we have pendant, which is a continuity, total duration of an action, right? And also a simultaneous action. Then you have dans, which is the lapse of time needed to realize the action before the action actually gets realized, okay? Then you have pour, which is expressing the expected duration of the action, okay? Then you have number 6, en, which is the time, the duration necessary to realize the action, or when you have a precise time of the action, precise date of the action, okay? And last is par, which is used to express frequency of an action. So you need a time frame for this one, right? You need per day, per week, per year, per month. You need a reference. All right? So, as usual, I suggest you make a few sentences with each of those prepositions. Create your own. You can leave them in the comment section down below. I will try to correct them as much as I can. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And I hope it was clear, and I see you next time. À bientôt!